Set pieces are ruining football, or so I've been told, but as a Manchester United fan, I just don't buy it. Now maybe I'm biased because we are the best team in the league at set pieces this season, but I just think they're a lot of fun. They're a great way of scoring goals. The question is, why are United suddenly so good in these set piece situations? Now before talking about how United are actually scoring set pieces, we need to talk about how United are winning these set pieces in the first place. And I think a lot of it is because of our new, direct, very combative, very duel-based style. United are a team that like to compete in a lot of 50-50s. We like to get the ball forward very quickly. We like to shoot at goal very quickly, which leads to deflections and corners. It leads to us getting fouled a lot and also a lot of throw-ins. Manchester United last season were in the bottom 4 for the amount of times that we were fouled in the Premier League. This season, currently, we are in the top 8. Last season, we only had 2 players in the top 50 most fouled players. This year, we've got 5 in the top 30. We've simply got some better individuals. Players which physically are really good at looking after the ball, protecting the ball, have the technical quality to bring the ball under control, almost forcing the opponent to foul them. And that's when we then score from our set pieces. Now the first type of set piece that I want to focus on is a throw-in, and the reason for that is because we don't normally focus on these. Normally when we talk about set pieces, we're talking about corners and we're talking about free kicks. But long throws are an amazing opportunity to launch the ball into the box unchallenged. If you think in a football match over 90 minutes, watching Manchester United, we spend so long watching United trying to find a way through the opposition, through an opposition low block, to try and get the ball into this position up here where we feel that we can score a goal. Yet when we get a long throw, it's actually an opportunity. I haven't got the main man on the pitch. It's actually an opportunity to throw the ball into the box unchallenged. It's literally a free path into the penalty area. And this is why so many teams are doing this season. It's literally a free moment to launch the ball into the danger area. What's important is how United set up in these moments. Now, everyone knows that long throws are great, but they can only go so far. Dalot doesn't actually have the longest throw of all the long throwers in the league. He can't exactly launch it over here. So the area that he tends to launch it is towards the near post. That's how far his throw-ins can go, and the opposition know that. So what they tend to do is get loads of players in at the near post. They tend to crowd this area here, and of course United will put players in that position as well. We'll put a couple of our guys to try and challenge for that ball. But what United actually often try and do is not score from here, because it's quite difficult. We try and get the contact here to flick the ball across the box, because teams are overcrowding the near post so much that it leaves the far post a little bit open. So all you need is that ball to be flicked on. And the great thing is, it doesn't even have to be a United player that flicks the ball on. It can be the opposition. There just has to be some sort of contact in this near post region. It's going to send the ball towards the back post, and that's where people can then arrive onto the ball and score a goal. And we saw this very effectively working for United against Sunderland. The ball was flicked on at the near post, Sesko arrived, and it's an easy goal for Manchester United to score. It's an absolute tap-in for Benjamin Sesko, and in that match, it puts United into a great moment. Now, something else that United have been very good at this season is attacking corners. First things first, one of the reasons why we're so good at corners suddenly is because we've got 2 immense takers. We've got Bruno Fernandes, who can take them right-footed, swinging in towards the box. Bruno Fernandes, his set-piece delivery is just fantastic. It always has been. He's got such a clean connection with the ball. He's an intelligent player. He can get that ball right into the danger zone. But now on the other side, we also have Bryan Mbeumo. So now we can use a left footer to again ensure the fact that the ball is swinging in. And that's something that we'll come back to. But first things first, the quality of Mbeumo and Fernandes is standout. It's clear of most of the other teams in the league. Then we look at some of the players that we've got in the middle. De Ligt is pretty tall. Casemiro is brilliant in the air. Sesko is a massive player. Yoro is a tall player. We've got Xerxes, who sometimes plays, and also Harry Maguire, who is an absolute demon in the air. So that's a great start. That's a great base. That's a great foundation. We've got 2 players who are excellent with their deliveries, and then we've got loads of tall players in the box who can put the ball into the back of the net. Now we just need to sync it up. We need to get the delivery right, and we need to find a player in space. How do we do that? Well, we tend to swing the ball in. Again, Mbeumo left-footed, Bruno right-footed. So the ball swings back in, often coming almost into this area here between the 6-yard box and the penalty spot. The area that you would normally expect the opposition goalkeeper to be responsible for. You would expect the keeper to come out and punch in these moments. But what United are doing is using a different player to block the goalkeeper. So this player knows they're not going to score from the corner. This is often someone like Dalot or Mason Mount, for example. They know they're not going to score. They are purely a decoy. They are a nuisance. They are a blocker. Someone used to stop the goalkeeper coming out and claiming. Now, because the ball is swinging inwards, it's easier for the attackers than the defenders, because the attackers are coming forward, whereas the defenders are moving backwards towards their own goal. So the forwards for Manchester United, the attackers, have the momentum as they approach the duel, and it means that Manchester United at the back post can be very effective. Like this, we block the goalkeeper initially, and then we get the contact at the back post. Or again, we block the goalkeeper initially, and then we get the contact at the back post. One more, block the goalkeeper, contact at the back post. It's been very, very effective for United this season, and it's made us much more dangerous from set pieces. It's because of the takers, it's because of the receivers in the middle, but also because of the fact that the set piece routines are well worked. So now for free kicks, and once again there are a couple of things that we have to acknowledge. Manchester United have good free kick takers. Bruno Fernandes, Mason Mount, Bryan Mbeumo can all strike a ball incredibly well. Once again, we've got all of those tall players that we can aim for. But again, set pieces are always a little bit more complicated than that. It's okay having a set piece taker, it's okay having an aerial presence, but you've got to find a way to sync it up, to find them, to get that player in space. And for United on free kicks this season, it's been all about creating space and then attacking it. For example, we saw earlier in the season in a game against Burnley, Manchester United taking a free kick wide on the left-hand side. In this position over here, of course, the wall is set up to try and stop Bruno Fernandes. What Manchester United did on that occasion was we blocked the opposition players so that someone else could then attack the ball. On that occasion, it was De Ligt in this moment here. He blocks the defenders, he holds them back, and if we fast forward just a couple of seconds, that's exactly where Casemiro eventually gets his goal from. So it's about De Ligt initially pushing the defenders back into this position here, and then Casemiro coming into that space that we've now created. That's the key. This was also the theme for Manchester United against Crystal Palace. A very difficult game that was really won by United because of our set piece quality. And again, the theme of the set piece was creating space and then attacking it. And it starts with something quite clever. Joshua Zirkzee stands in an offside position. Why does he do that? Well, because he knows that the defenders are going to have to drop. If you watch pretty much any long free kick ever, what you will see is the opponents holding a very high line, and then the second that ball is kicked, they all drop a little bit deeper to try and defend their penalty area. Manchester United knew that Palace were going to do this. Zirkzee knew that Palace were going to do this. So he stands in this position here. All the Palace players then drop deeper. So Zirkzee then goes the other way and drops in front of them. That's how he creates that little bit of space for himself and then attacks that space. Now, of course, on this occasion, there was so much individual quality involved with what Zirkzee does. But again, it's that same idea of creating space, attacking space, scoring goals. Then we, of course, have the Mason Mount free kick. Now, this might just seem like a player hitting the ball from far out, and there's not really a theme to it, there's not really a plan behind what's going on. But there was. There was absolutely a plan. Once again, United created space and then attacked space. They just did it in a very different way. The way that they attacked space was with the ball being kicked at it, rather than a player going into that position. Look at Joshua Zirkzee in the wall here. He is in a very specific position. He is in between the Crystal Palace players. If we fast forward just a second, he moves out of the way. He creates a gap in the wall, and that is exactly where Mason Mount puts the ball. So do not think for one second these things aren't planned. Zirkzee has a massive impact. He creates that little hole in the wall, then leaves it. He stands there, he leaves it, he leaves the space, and the way that United attack the space is by Bruno Fernandes being clever, being switched on, being alert to the situation, and then Mason Mount reacting very well to then finish just brilliantly. But he goes through that hole in the wall. It's all planned for Manchester United, and these details are so important. Now, of course, United have scored other set-piece goals as well, for example, second phases on free kicks and corners and things like that, and it's all very important. In football, we're talking about one of the lowest scoring sports anywhere on the planet. So to have this moment where United regularly are almost getting a free goal is absolutely huge, especially if it can give you a lead in a game to break down the opposition. That forces them to come out of their block a little bit more, and then you can attack them. Or you might be 1-0 down and it's a way back into the game. It gets you a foothold back in proceedings. Set pieces have been huge for United this season, and it's important that they continue. It'll be fun to see if United can come up with more creative ideas, more creative routines on free kicks, and I think always Bruno is the one to watch. He is the one who is always capable of something. He's always got a trick up his sleeve, something that he's going to do to surprise people, and those set-piece routines, when they work, are absolutely brilliant. It's important that United remain consistent on these. We can't now lose these set pieces. We have to keep scoring these goals, but also we do need to improve in open play as well, because we don't score from open play enough. Against Crystal Palace, pretty much all of our expected goals came from set pieces, So that is a good thing. It's good that our set pieces are so threatening, but also we need to be a little bit better in open play. So the final message, Manchester United still have a lot to do, but the set pieces right now are fantastic and almost unstoppable, which is great. I don't know the last time United were the best at something in the Premier League, so it's a lot of fun and we're going to enjoy it while we can. But for today, there is nothing left to talk about, so we're going to stop there. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like, subscribe, and get your notifications on. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.